Hello, Scorpio. It is time for your March 2025 reading. We're going to start off as usual with an oracle, in this case, the arcana of astrology cards to see what your primary energy or theme is for the month. And we have 8th house, which is very appropriate. This is the house that Scorpio rules. So this month there's some it's about you. It's about you. So there's something that's prominent, um, or a recurring theme maybe that's been in your life that's going to get attention here in the month of March. I don't know if this is something you've been anticipating since last November, December, waiting for some sort of resolution or feedback on it. But this is a month where there is going to be focus. Now, the other aspect of this are just the things that the 8th house covers, which is um, taxes, other people's money, things like estate planning, the occult, the deep things, the uncomfortable things, deeply intimate subjects that people can be very uncomfortable talking about or exploring. So that may be what's coming up this month. There's something that you guys need to really, really be honest with others about and just say it. Say what is on your mind, reveal it, bring it up to see where everybody stands so you can all get on the same page. So that's another aspect of that card. All right, let's see what your tarot cards have for March 2025. We have Roots, the Six of Roots, the Death card. That would be possibly the Scorpio card. The Knight of Jazz, the Justice card, and the 10 of Jazz. So you have two major arcana cards here. Yeah, maybe you've been waiting on a ruling on some sort of legal decision, and you're put your life kind of on hold until this comes through, until you know what the outcome is. And perhaps it is something to do with money or an estate or something like that. You should be getting some closure on that here in the month of March. So that's the generic reading that I'm going on here. Now, let's see what each individual card has to say. So we're starting off here with this Six of Roots. And in this deck in particular, porches are very significant. They're like a liminal space. They're both part of the house, but outside of the house. They bring community in. They provide shelter, but they are not the living space or the heart of the home necessarily. There is a sense here of shelter is the biggest thing that I have coming off of this card here. And with it being the Six of Roots, roots are the equivalent of pentacles. There could be an aspect here of you offering shelter in some way to somebody, a temporary thing, like just to get out of the rain temporarily type of thing, which it might be a couple days, but that's about it. Or there is something you want to offer to your community that comes from your home. So this could be like home cooked meals for some people. It could be inviting people into your home for some sort of event or celebration of some type, but you are sharing your personal space, something that to you feels like home, with others, to bring that comfort and to bring that sense of stability. Even if it is just for a few hours, even if it is just a place of refuge, or again, shelter, or it's a neutral zone to discuss some tough topics. But there's that sense here that you're opening up in that way with your community. And this community could cover many different areas, so I'll leave that to you because it will vary from person to person. But this is pretty significant. This is something maybe you're not usually doing, but you can see that there's a need for that in this month. And maybe because you are more comfortable talking about or discussing those tougher subjects, that might be why they feel like you might be the safe place to go in order to have this conversation. And then we have the Death card. This is a card of transformation. The Death card represents Scorpio. It is the Scorpio card. The 8th house is the house of Scorpio. So you are definitely having a presence or an impact this month, or at least Scorpio energy is. This just kind of reinforces that this may be about taxes, which really makes sense here in America, but I would say maybe more along the lines of an estate in some way. Um, what else do we have here? There's something else that's trying to tickle through, if you will. I'll come back to it if I need to. An estate, taxes, maybe back taxes on something where you're trying to help somebody come to terms with it. Maybe you're helping somebody do their taxes this year, possibly an older person in your life who is struggling right now. So you're just trying to help them out. So that can be what you're going over. And that can be feeling very vulnerable for them. But at the same time, you're comfortable diving into that. So you make it feel safe to do that, to talk about that stuff. Because you don't really have judgment on it. You just understand it. And then we have the Knight of Jazz. Jazz is the equivalent of wands, which is a fire element. Associated with Mars. Mars was coming in here for me almost as soon as I laid down the first couple of cards. So just be aware of that. Mars is a passionate planet. It is the warrior. They have what it takes to see things through. And I believe Mars, yes, Mars is also, or Scorpio can also be ruled by Mars. So there's that aspect. We're really getting a lot of reinforcement thing. And you're standing in your power kind of vibe here in March. Knight of Jazz. So knights are somebody who is out there just trying to figure things out, learning through experience, gaining experience, figuring out how the world actually works in practice, not just in theory. So this may be somebody else that you're working with here this month, somebody who doesn't know how things really work yet, and maybe this is somebody else that you're working with that's doing their taxes for the first time. And they're coming to you asking you questions. Well, should I do this or should I do that? What should I do with this? Or maybe you're just helping them manage their money in some way. It feels a lot, yeah, again, back to the money aspect and the taxes. Or maybe they, as a result of inheriting something from an estate, have to deal with taxes in some way, and that's where they need clarification and assistance. Okay. And then we have the Justice card. This is that decision that is coming in that you have been waiting on, the results of the test or the results of the arbitration. The final thing comes through. It's all official. The papers get signed. Now you can move on from that. You don't have to deal with it anymore. You know what to expect. There's no cloudiness. You gain clarity, and there's a sense of relief and a recognition that now this is not holding you back in a particular area. So it's like you've been holding yourself back a little bit up until now, up until this comes in, and now there's a sense of, all right, now let's go do that. We can put the other plan in motion, the thing we've been waiting to do. Maybe it's planning a big vacation. Maybe you haven't been able to leave leave the state or something like that until now, or go outside of the country. Maybe you've been waiting for a passport to come in and there was a passport issue and that gets resolved. That could be it too. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. It's things like that. Having that decision finally, or that issue, whatever it is, finally be resolved, officially resolved. It's not just talking about it. It's not just going back and forth on what the terms might be. It's, okay, it's signed, it's done, it's delivered, it's over. That's the vibe I get with that. And then we have the 10 of Jazz. So as much as you love helping everyone, especially in this area or topic, whatever it is that you're helping everybody with, you need to tell some people no. You need to tell some people that you can ask a few questions here and there, but you are not going to do it for them. So maybe there's one or two that you do dedicate your time to and you commit yourself to helping, but everybody else, because once word gets out that you're helping this person, that person, everybody's going to be like, well, here, can you do mine? Can you do mine? Can you do mine? And that's not really what your role is or what your intent here is. This isn't something that you necessarily want to do for a living. But in the past, you may have said, okay, fine, whatever, fine. Maybe there was an obligation to help people in this, or it's related to this justice aspect here. Maybe there were obligations tied to this. And now you can let some of those go. It's no longer your responsibility. You can refer them to the other party or the other company or whatever it is, because this is no longer on your shoulders. And you may struggle with that a little bit at first. But doing that can really free up your energy and your time and open you up to new things going forward. But you are going to have to say no. You are going to have to return responsibility to the appropriate parties so that you can free up your time, so that you can alleviate your stress. And maybe that's where the clue is for you on what to give up, are the things that are stressful and not really meant for you, or that aren't really your responsibility. So go ahead and say no. And that, Scorpio, is what I have for you for the month of March. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.